told you not to go inside.
Play it on Xbox One.
What is up, Static Gamers? Kokujimente, I here today, and let me remove that annoying fan. That way, it's not in the way. So today, I just noticed this. I come home from work. This is a raw reaction, by the way. That's what this is, and I just see this about Halo Wars 2. Halo Wars 2, Awakening the Nightmare. Now, this was probably just a supposable Halo Wars 2 campaign. I heard about Atriox having a second campaign. It appears that I was correct when I was, or whoever, I can't remember which friend of mine told me this, but I got this, picked it up somewhere, and I haven't heard of it in the Halo community since. Well, apparently, that guy who told me was spot on, because Halo Wars 2 Awakening the Nightmare is a brand new full expansion coming to Halo Wars 2, featuring a new campaign, 2 multiplayer leaders, which I'm assuming is this guy in the picture and then some other dude, probably Unity leader, 2 new multiplayer maps, which hooray, I hope they're Blitz, for the love of God, and a brand new cooperative mode. Now, first, when I first read this, I was like, ooh, Terminus Firefight. Now, I'm going to stop right there before I read that last part. Ignore that. I'm going to keep that last part blurred off so you can't see it. I am slightly hyped because whatever Terminus Firefight, I haven't seen the trailer yet. I'm hoping to swear to God that Terminus Firefight is not a Blitz mode. It's actually a game mode where you capture bases and shit like you normally would, but you have to fight hordes of enemies like you do in Blitz, but you have to keep your bases alive opposed to capturing points. A classic style firefight within Halo Wars where you just kind of fight waves and waves enemy with a firefight base. Now I'm interested on how they're going to have this go, and here's the next part. Featuring the return of the Flood! Yes! I've been asking for this for so long. Like everyone else, in my Halo Wars mod videos, we've been playing as the Flood. Here, real quick, I even made a post. Anyway, Halo Wars 2 Leader DLC ideas I was mentioning. We made up ideas about Leader. We had Thomas Captain Lasky. I really hope this becomes a thing. Ironically, we put the Mantis in for this, but somehow our list for, where was it? Sergeant Johnson. I don't understand how this became a thing. So it was like, yeah. So I'm hoping Captain Lasky becomes a thing. Also, a new expanded campaign might brush up on the Brute Sanghili War, so we might see the Arbiter in part of it. Now, we obviously had this, our little thing. We also talked about the Didact, but the Gravemind was definitely one of our things, which seemingly looks like the Gravemind, aka the Flood, is going to be a leader. So I think it's already confirmed that Brute we saw on the front page is going to be the Gravemind that we're going to get to play as. I'm honestly still hoping Yabda the Merciless becomes a thing, and maybe the Prophet of Gret returning. But only 2 of these characters obviously can return from that. But the whole thing about this is I'm not too sure what's all this about. Now, before I read more, let's just see this trailer, if it'll load. Maybe those are our 2 new leaders. I feel like he's the leader, and he's just a Brute. The art design looks a little interesting. Not very Halo-esque to me, but it's Brute's. Okay, definitely Brute. This is what Halo 5 should have been about, probably. Buffering! There we go. thinking what I'm thinking this might be.
I told you not to go inside.
And you went inside.
Play it on Xbox One.
Well, that was very simple of a trailer. I was kind of expecting a little more than just that. That wasn't very hype-esque. Of course, with the whole Agent Locke and the Chief thing, I think they're a little scared. I think you should put just a little bit more in your trailer. 343, at least so something about the enemy, other than just it's the Flood, in my opinion. Like, that trailer was just a little bit bland. I'm not very interested, other than the fact that it's the Flood. Now, how could this go? This is a campaign expansive. Now, originally, I thought the campaign expansive was going to be you were going to take Atriox and be Atriox this time and get revenge on Cutter, but apparently this isn't that. Does this take part after or during? It's hard to say. The picture of Atriox obviously is in this, so maybe this is the history of Atriox that we're starting to explore. I could see that, because I feel like the brutes are probably becoming an important thing. And in my opinion, I think this should have been like the highlight of Halo 6. Like, truth be told, forget Locke, forget that. It should have been Master Chief discovering Atriox, and then we learning about Atriox in the way we learned Arbiter. You know, I feel like that would have been probably way better. So, especially since they seem to be better on track with it. So, is this available now, or is this coming later? I gotta see. Let me check. This was uploaded 2 hours ago. Terminus Firefight. I want to see if I can find the date. Okay, hold on. Halo Wars 2 Awakening Nightfall will be available this fall for $19.99 USD exclusively on Xbox One and Windows 10 PC. So this is what they're going to be releasing this fall. This fall. Has to be fall, doesn't it? Well, I'm still excited about this, considering the fact that I have the season pass, so hopefully that will count for this. Otherwise, I'll still be battling. So let's read up on this Terminus Firefight. In addition to the Bandage campaign, Halo Wars 2 Awakening Nightmare introduced a brand new cooperative experience to the Firefight family in Terminus Firefight. Up to 3 players amass armies to defend both of their bases. Huzzah! Exactly what I wanted! And their Forerunner Terminus nodes. Oh, come on. Are you serious? Nah. I don't want an objective. I just want to defend your base. Terminus node against an ever-increasing and time-fighting horde of attacking enemies. Really? Do you have to do nodes? Really? Can it not just be a defend a position style game? Did you not learn from Firefight in Halo 5? That's the only thing I'm pissed off about this. Literally, that's it. That literally just kind of ruined the whole thing for me. Alright, battle against Unity, Banish, and Voracious Flood forces while fighting for survival. Which would be awesome if it was just your base. With the ability to construct new defense measurements such as spiked floors and barricades alongside classic Halo Wars gameplay features like base building, tech trees, and leader power usage. Classic. You mean like... I mean, I felt like they already had that in Halo Wars 2. What do they mean by classic? Are they talking like Mac Cannon, Cryo thing, and what was the other one? Carpet Bomb? Because they have the Carpet Bomb in Halo Wars 2 already. Maybe they're bringing back classic style Firefight or Halo Wars. I don't quite understand that. Tech trees sound like a RTS, like big RTS thing, and leader power usage, which sounds like something maybe like the Arbiter had in Halo Wars, or the Brute Chieftain, or the Prophet of Regret. Terminus Firefight adds an entirely new tower defense style twist to the beloved wave-based Halo mode. Okay, I don't mind the tower defense style. What I hate is the fact that you have to have terminal nodes. Now the question is, are these terminal nodes going to be behind our base, in front of our base, or are they our base? If they are our base, I don't have a problem with it. That's what my concern is. Do I actually have to move away from my position? I actually kind of just want a standstill type. Now I could see with other people, it'd be boring if you didn't move your units around. But sometimes, honestly, like in the original Halo Wars, I like to just build an army and wait to see how long it took the AI to kill the army. That's just me. New leaders arrive in new arenas. Let's see what this. Alongside new camp, Terminus Firefight, two new banished leaders, so they will be banished. Does that mean we won't get to play as the Flood? And 2 new standard multiplayer maps, the latter of which will be available to all Halo Wars 2 players for free, independent of the expansion. Okay, so they will be free. Well, that's cool. I was hoping to play as the Flood. Are you for reals? Still more to come. Even though that brand expansion Halo Wars 2 experience isn't done yet, playable on the show floor, EO3 Halo Wars 2 playable leaders, Spartan 2 leader Red Team Jerome, and Arbiter wrap up. Ooh, Prime against Halo Wars back, but still dead in the twist. Both Jerome and Arbiter Ripa more will be available later in June and include as part of the Halo 2 Season Pass or for individual purchase. In addition to Halo Wars 2 Season Pass, we'll have 2 leaders still to come, plus an additional campaign mission that we will be talking about more very soon. Stay tuned. Well, I like the fact that they're adding the Halo Wars 2, because Halo Wars 2 is a good game, and they're adding more. This is my roll reaction. How excited am I? Let's say 1 to 10. 7 or 6, somewhere around there. I'm bouncing between 7 and 6, because I go to 6 when I think about those nodes, and I think that I can't play the Flood, but then I go back to 7. Now, if the base was just the base, and then you could actually play as the Flood as the leader, then maybe I would have been more keen to say 9 or 10, because that's something players have been asking for a while, is to play as the Flood. And the fact that they still aren't giving it to us is just pissing me off. So many people are asking for it. I think they're asking it for more than any of the other stuff. I really hope to God that they hear the cries of these people and say, add Flood! Especially since the fact they're adding the Flood right now. What they did say, hold on, they did say down here, other than the 2 leaders they had, they will be doing a Jerome and Arbiter Ripa. I can't even say his name. I know who Ripa is, I believe. He's the Arbiter, or not the Arbiter, the Shipmaster from Halo 3 and 2. If I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then they said Halo Wars Season Pass, Halo Wars 2 Season Pass leaders still have 2 leaders to come after this. So that makes me say maybe after a while they will add the Flood. I don't know what they have planned, but I really hope to God they do, because if that was just a thing without mod, that'd be awesome. Now I can already see the modding community taking this Flood and making it playable, because of course if the AI can use it, I'm sure the player can use it. Depends on how they spawn in. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave that here. This was interesting, and I'm not sure exactly how I feel about Halo Wars 2 Awakening Nightmare. I feel like they should have stayed a little hush-hush a bit longer, but I'm looking forward to this just a little bit. My review of like 5 or 6, just based on this trailer and all that, may bump up later into the future. I don't know. Anyway, guys, this is my video. Till next time. If you guys did enjoy, you know that usual. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. This is Kogajimente, signing out.